Okay. Lower five, I am impressed. I'm really impressed on how diverse we've been so far. What are the top five looking? I'm curious.
All
Lead us
right.
off, Nate.
Well, we talked about it before, but I think it's best if I show it off.
What?
Oh
Oh, you.
yeah.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. I knew he was gonna fucking one up us.
Yeah,
Because motherfucker met the voice actress.
I did. And yeah, even I was still surprised to this day. It's like, if you were to tell my past self that the voice of Ash is going to play this Russian bombshell, I would not have believed you. But hey, it actually shows out the range. But yeah, Alia, Ice Queen, a Russian one, very playful at times. But my God, when she actually acts all coy and flustered, that was just perfect. During the dressing room scene, she started off flustered, but then over time she just kept doing it and doing it. And it was like, oh my God, she likes the attention.
She loves it when she's getting called cute.
Getting cute, beautiful, hot, all that. It was just amazing.
She literally says it feels so good. I was okay. She's one of those.
Yeah, this is one of those. This is like an ice queen that acts a bit like a tsundere, but is also aware too, which is actually nice. And yeah, like Kevin said with the backstory, whew, I can understand why she's usually distant. Cause yeah, during a project, everyone else was very incompetent, and she had to do all the work herself. I don't blame her.
Yeah, we've had those people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I had those people too.
Yeah, it wasn't until meeting Kuze that's when she was able to start to trust people a bit more. Which ironically in episode 4 with during a love confession scene, it ended up backfiring when Kuze was thinking about Masha at the time, and then Alia was like, I'm sorry? You were thinking about some other girl, weren't you?
You actually knew what I was thinking about.
So you were.
Kuze,
Oh,
Kuze, you don't fucking tell the girl you're crushing on. You're thinking of another girl.
Don't worry.
Rookie
yeah.
mistake.
Just remember, the back of my own hand.
Like, damn. This is literally Kaguya-sama, but throwing a Russian waifu. That's the best way I can describe it.
All you need is a narrator, and you're good to go.
I don't know. I think Kuze's inner monologue does go well for narrating. But yeah, seeing her actually win the elections, that was actually pretty damn satisfying. And I am definitely curious because I did hear that she also got into some more crazy hijinks later on.
I might
Not
check
much
out the
else.
manga for that.
Yeah, not much else to add because two people already talked about it. But Alia-chan, great Russian waifu, great performance from Sarah. I can't wait to see how season 2 plays out.
Same.
Yep. All right.
Hopefully,
Hey,
hopefully we get a banger ending and also different endings for each episode.
Oh yeah,
depends
they
on the
better keep up the
budget.
trend.
Depends on the budget.
Depends on the
Hell yeah.
budget. Depends
All
on the
right.
budget.
All right. You can't see me. You can't see me. Oh fuck. That works only on one person. Shit, I forgot. Well, I guess now Tomari from Charlotte won't be able to use her power here.
Oh,
Now.
Tomori!
Yep, now Tomari. Okay. I did not expect this girl to be the way she is. Like the first time we meet her in episode 1 is when she's interviewing you and she didn't he didn't know she was there and she was recording him, cheating using his ability. Then she shows off how skilled she is by beating the shit out of him after one of her classmates torpedoes him across town, and then
Dolphin style.
invites him to a school where people with powers exist, and that he needs to help her find her. Yeah, this is X-Men, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how she's pretty much like the leader of the group. She's the one that's finding these people with gifts, helping them convince them to stop, having you kind of possess them to kind of shut down their ability. And oh my gosh, she's so blunt. Let's be real, she's blunt.
It's literally
she-
blunt but playful at the same time. Remember during the baseball episodes, it was like, if you lose, I'm gonna smack your butts with this bat.
No, remember when the guy was like, "Okay, here I go, turbo speed." He crashes, and she's like, "Safe." It's like, "Is he okay?" He's fine. He's in a
fine.
cast. No. But then there's the episode where like she was like, "Hey, I think." Do you guys know about the giraffe out there? Oh yes, they're really cool. What, there's a giraffe out there? He goes out. The guy goes out the window. What does now do?
Kicks
Drop
him.
kicks him in the window when he falls. And then everyone is like, "What the fuck?" And then she's like, "Hi, I need an ambulance." Yeah, I'm just like, I don't
Probably the
know. Is this
equivalent of what Alexia did.
I know. This is straight up murder.
Yep.
But underneath her very, very, very tough exterior is a girl that's kind of sheltered. Like we see her getting bullied at school. We see how she's trying to treat her brother, who's kind of not right up there. And then we see more of her backstory, loving this musician, just wanting to live a normal life. And honestly, I appreciate that. She's very down to earth at times. Then she denies romance. Remember when the sister was like, "Oh, you
yeah.
two are so cute together. Are you dating?" They're like, "No,
No, we're not.
And she now goes so far as say, "You really think I would go be with someone this good looking?" I'm like, I mean, you're pretty cute too. Now you don't need to be like that. But still, during the whole final arc, when you was going on this mission, and even to the point where he was suicidal when he lost his sister, it was just like she was there to pick him up. Like she ignored her own pain just to help him, and I respect that. Especially in the finale when you stops everyone, and then she's right there, and he tells her straight up, "I love you," and she's like, "What kind of dumbass are you?" Like seriously, confessing like this, like she's not flustered. She's just like, "What the hell?" But and the
It's
finale,
like she saw it coming.
I know. But then the finale when he asks her, like, because he doesn't know who he is, "Who are you?" She just tells him, "I'm your girlfriend," and I'm like,
Aww.
God damn it. Charlotte is such an underrated series. Like, I get some people might not be for everyone, but honestly, I like it. It's dark, but it's also kind of wholesome at the same time. Now, Tomari, she's awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Plus, her dance in the opening, let's be real, is adorable.
Oh, yeah, there was.
God damn you now. Also, the OVA with the theme park. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Alrighty. Time to go into my second to last tie for this one at my number 5.
Oh.
Two characters that kind of fit in the same theme of what they are.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because let's talk about this little flower that will bloom. Lily.
Hey,
Oh,
Lily. Oh wait, I
Pyro.
think I know that. I think I know the other one. I bet.
Yeah, everyone should know about this. Welcome back to Rico.
Son of a bitch.
Sato Nishiki.
Hey.
Oh, you got him the kimono. That's so cute.
Oh, that's 2 figures. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, I only got a top. I only have her girlfriend. That's okay.
So yeah, 2 spy chicks basically. Let's just lay it out there for what it is. But let's go with Chisato because everybody knows about Chisato. And yes, this is also the fact that why she's this high up is because yes, I met Lizzie Freeman.
We all did.
Chisato is just this ray of sunshine, this big, like just energy, this bubbly girl that is literally John Wick from the movies as a teenage girl. How literally people don't like Takina especially do not know that she is the number one Liko agent for what she can do because she doesn't kill anybody. She uses non-lethal bullets. But when she actually gets stopped by a mugging and she sees Chisato just going gun fu on everyone, she like, yeah, okay, yeah, she is the most top-ranked agent in the entire system. That is nuts. But she doesn't want that. And that's what's so good about Chisato. She doesn't want to live that life. She wants to just be at Red Liko for just making people happy. And especially if you find out about her backstory. Wow. The fact that little tease in episode 2, how she pointed her heart with the disabled man, is like, You see, because we're the same. Like, oh, oh, she has an
Yikes.
artificial heart. I'm like, well then, I feel horrible right now. And then when the fact remains about how Chisato was even willing to just let her time run out after her heart was like was sabotaged. Just how she told Taki, I was like, it's fine. I knew my time would come. If it's sooner, then it's sooner. I'm just like, God damn it, Chisato! You're putting on a strong face, but you're killing me! You're killing me here! All the fact when it leads to the final arc, when she faced off against the antagonist, how she was literally like almost at death's door with her heart almost giving out. How everyone thought she was dead. Until Takina found her living it up in Hawaii. Chisato, it's nice that you're alive, but there's a thing called a postcard. Send it. And in a way, yeah, no, you do kind of ship both Chisato and Takina. I mean, definitely as best friends, because they definitely look out for each other, especially as partners. There might be a little something more. It's kind of left ambiguous to do that. Most of the fan base kind of confirm that in a way, because I've seen a lot of art for that.
I mean, it would make sense.
It would make sense. I'm
Yeah,
not
that
denying.
makes sense.
It's just a season 2, and especially with the manga that we're getting for Licorice Recoil, there's some stuff. Okay, we can probably maybe explore like how do they really feel about each other. I love the fact that we got some specials for this, because I love the fact we got to see these two again, especially some of these shenanigans.
Oh
that
god.
did a kind of a reverse on some of it. But let's go ahead and talk about an underrated girl from the spy genre with Lily from Spyro. Little Flower Garden, as they call her, because it's not a little cute little code name. It's the fact that she is immune and trained in almost any type of poison you think of. And she's immune to all of them. Because of a backstory that happened with a biological weapon that wiped out her entire village, including her family, leaving her the sole survivor. That is almost survivor's guilt right there in a nutshell for you. But the fact that she actually embraces the fact that she can use this ability to actually stop a war with 100% rate of dying with everyone else on her team. And the fact that how she kind of comes in thinking that she's the team leader is like already just okay. Yeah, she has like when she gets serious, but when she's bubbly and airhead, they go all out with it. I mean, the scene with the maid dress, Thea did her dirty, but she knew she was doing it. How the fact that she was like, all they were trying to do is try to beat Claus, trying to take him out by surprise. Lily shows in with the maid outfit, and she's like just flustered. She doesn't know what to say. What is Claus's response for seeing this bombshell as that? Lily, how much longer are we gonna play this game? And she just gets embarrassed and runs out the door screaming.
Poor girl.
Oh, she got not just that. I think it was with her, Thea, and 2 other members when they drop in on Claus naked in the shower. Okay, we're going there. But I think the product that made me bust out laughing the most. She sold her team for steak. She sold her team out for a steak dinner. And this is what the so-called like in charge of this team is. Oh boy, I feel so bad for them. So yeah, Spy Room is an underrated show, and Lily is such a fantastic, well-written character. They all are. Like, all members of this group are well-written. They have good moments. You can find, and people can pick any girl to be their best girl, not just Lily. I really hope we get another season, and for the love of God, it needs a dub. It has 2 seasons worth. How do you not get a dub with that? Still, these two spy chicks are easily some of the best ones I've seen of recent memory. They have to go together at number 5.
Nice.
So, we're going to number 4s.
And now there's fireworks shooting out. Fucking wonderful.
Wow.
Just like that.
4th of July, everybody. 4th of July. Well, time for me to get into my first tie in this one. Yeah, that's long for me to get into a tie.
No kidding.
Well, some of the personalities, there may be a slight difference, but it does show that they're pretty goofy. Even for demons.
The fuck?
Yeah, sorry, Brandon. I'm going to have to one-up you on this one. I'm bringing in Omri.
Of course you are.
Bro, we went up you twice. Get wrecked.
But who can I tie Omri with? Well, I might as well show off my answer.
Who the fuck? Wait, what? Who the fuck?
Fenris from Chilling Another World.
Oh, that's cool.
2 demon girls that are, yeah, they're the female leads and the ones that are getting with the main character.
One of them more so than the other.
Oh, yeah. I'll be real quick with Omri on this one. Yeah, Omri Azazel, Demon Student Council President from a famous family. Very professional, very strict. Like, going into Iruma-kun for the first time, I immediately got Makoto Nijima vibes, and I get that as a compliment. But like Brandon mentioned, she's a goofball on the inside, especially with the shoujo manga. And then during the moments where Iruma was just like reading it out to her, she literally just like, that is literally the mindset of like, she almost acted like a child during that time. Like, that was kind of sweet. And yeah, I did mention that I may not be into season 2 all that much, but I will admit, this was Omri's season. She got that development going on. She had a badass moment. She even went on a date with Iruma, which is actually really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But there was actually a few moments that you failed to mention. When Iruma entered that evil cycle, though, oh...
Yes, he went through the evil phase.
He went to the evil phase, and when he wanted to ask Omri about like transferring the misfit students into the grand room, she was hesitant at first. So what was Iruma's solution?
It would actually really help us if you would.
Like, this was the most flustered I've seen from her.
All because she didn't expect it from Iruma of all people.
That was just perfect. And it's even funnier too when you realize that Iruma, even though he was in the evil phase, he was flustered by that too. And when he went back to normal and realized what he did,
He remembers everything.
He felt bad. Those two they just make a great ship. And yeah, season 3, sure, she did get sidelined, but then again, we did have to focus on the misfit students and trying like to earn their rank on their own merit, which is actually nice. And it did show a moment that, yeah, I am not gonna trust Omri with cooking.
Yeah.
To the point where even her own father died because of her cooking. Keep that in mind. Yeah, Omri Azazel, very great role. Great performance for Kira Buckland. But let's move on from like a demon fox in a way to a demon wolf with Fenris from Chilling Another World.
Yes.
I am so glad I got into the manga for that. Thank you for that, Brandon. And looking at it, I was like, you know what? I could definitely get behind it because, yeah, I love wolves. That's one factor. But I think it's also the fact that how she met Philo and how she got roped into the scenario was actually like by happenstance. Like, she originally wanted to kill him, but after he beat her, she decided like to submit to him to actually become the master/lover.
Yeah. Like, little
like,
oops.
that was an oops, but hey, it actually turned out better because yeah, Fenris may not have like the best social skills in the world. I mean, she is a wolf demon, but it's like over time that she actually learns to become more human, and it's actually very nice to see. And actually shows her like, yeah, she does get jealous whenever people get close to her lover, but there are actually times where she actually does show support for those that are like feeling down at one point. To the point where she even gave like Ballyrosa love advice when she actually realized, oh, you're in love with that demon lord, aren't you? God damn. That was just impressive. And yeah, she definitely has a lot of her airheaded moments. Like, she may be a ferocious wolf, but on the inside, she's just a puppy. Like, she almost acts like a puppy in certain areas.
Don't trust her with cooking, though.
Yeah, that's
At least
true.
until after she learns from the class.
Yeah, it actually proves that, like, yeah, she's doing it just to impress Philo, but it's also like proving that, you know, I could probably get behind this. Like, yeah, she actually learned that there's more to life other than just killing. And it's actually very sweet. And the anime really did justice to like when her and Philo were about to get close. That was really funny. But hey, they were able to make up for it in the season finale, though.
Yeah, they did. Because, boy, Yep. And the manga definitely did not leave much, especially with the recent chapter.
Yep, not so much. And yeah, I'm still reading the manga ongoing. I was genuinely impressed at how she's becoming more and more human and actually very more supported. I like that. And I gotta give props to Megan Shipman. I did not think she was not my first pick for Fenris, but honestly, she was perfect for that role.
Yeah.
I would say that was like one of my favorite roles. And yeah, that's the same voice as Anya Forger from Spy X Family. Try to sink that in, huh?
Now try not thinking about Anya and Fenris.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
Oh god. But yeah, that's my number 4. Fenris and Omri, both of my favorite females from isekais, and both of my favorite female demons.
Alrighty then. Okay.
Hey, you guys remember when Trey made Nate choose on a certain slide in the anime brackets?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, do you remember the series he chose?
No.
Oh. Well, it's a tie for these two main girls in this series. And they look familiar because it's the same creator as Fairy Tail.
Oh!
Rebecca Bluegarden and Homura Kogetsu.
Yo!
Okay.
I brought in White Hair Buck and Roll, and you're bringing in another one at number 4?
What can I say, bro? No, I like your Buck and Roll, remember?
Damn.
Yeah.
I know, but not in the same rank.
Oh, okay. Anyways, but yeah, just these two are, I mean, what can I say? Rebecca, definitely hot gamer, YouTuber. That's already a plus for me. But then her backstory about how she lost Happy, how she wants to entertain everyone, how she wants to explore the galaxy. I was like, damn. When she meets Sheik for the first time, though, never met a human woman. He wanted to just make sure he saw the difference, and he felt the difference. Almost got himself shot, but you know what? I don't blame Rebecca.
I always call that scene, this is Tarzan and Jane's first meeting if it got some anime fan service.
It's rated M. It's rated M.
Yeah.
But over time, Rebecca, yeah, she's not really a damsel. Yeah, sometimes yes, but when she has Happy, who turns into guns, run. Just run. Like, they're not non-lethal, but run. Just run. But then, when she gained her ether gear, the ability to move, to leap, as they say, it's pretty broken. You know?
The name of it
That's
is
putting it mildly, too.
stupid still.
Leaper, yes, I know, but it's still really cool. You know, she had a lot of funny moments, and of course, like Nate said, Kira Buckland did the role, so I thought she was fine. As for Homura, just like she's like Urza, she's a badass swordswoman. It was very blunt, very does not know how to differentiate between her inner voice and her outer voice, which usually sometimes gets her in trouble. But she's a badass swordswoman, so I'll give her props. Then we learn about her backstory, about her mother and her father.
Fuck her mom.
Yeah. I do appreciate how close she got to Valkyrie, and she wanted to honor her by becoming the new Valkyrie for the Eden Zero. And yeah, her design, there's a lot of fan art and a lot of moments, especially in season 2 when she was forced to wear that to fight. I ain't complaining. And then her overdrive moment was pretty cool too.
Oh, that was great.
I can't wait for that to get animated.
Yeah, but right now these two are tied, and I'm kind of rushing it because we are close to reaching time limit. So yeah, just Rebecca and Homura.
Nice.
Those are the show.
Alrighty. Nate, mental link on one of your choices.
Oh my god, what the
Force Fenris.
Oh
Are
my
you kidding me?
Well, damn. Okay, we got a mental link finally.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, yeah. How can I not talk about Fenris here?
Easy, you don't.
Easily enough, this is like one of my favorite new recent isekai mangas. As well as when I heard it was finally getting an anime that I was screaming about for a while since I was reading it. Yes, and I knew for the fact they were going to do this show right. And Fenris' development from where we started with her to where the anime finished off with her. And for us manga fans, yeah, the family is getting started. She's pregnant. So yeah, he tamed that wolf. Oh yeah, just the amount of like funny moments, the emotional moments, the fact that Leo just cares about Fenris so much when even seeing her dying, he went ape mode on that Jin just by seeing her die. And what is Fenris's response when she gets brought back? Like, oh my gosh, my darling is being that evil so just to protect me. And Bella Rosa's like, that's not just something to be in awe about. Oh my gosh. Just everything about what Nate said about Fenris is correct. How she's becoming more and more sociable, a little bit more like human. Just like how she just wants to live a life with Fleo. Just being with him. Just being out like away from the demon army, from the human army. Just having a family. Just living a normal life. And I gotta applaud that. Really hope we get a season 2 because boy, there are some juicy moments in the manga that I would want to see animated. So,
Same.
not as much I can say because yeah, I got some of these guys into chilling other world. So, anyone else who doesn't know, check it out.
You'd be surprised.
So let's go into our big 3.
All right, remember how like when we did top 10 anime sundries, I had like Rin Sasaka and Miyusa in there? Well, if I were to go back in time, I would have changed Miyusa for this sundry specifically.
Karne!
Yep, Karne Ina from 100 Girlfriends.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I can be that surprised too, because honestly, like most people think, oh, I would go for the Kudere route. I would go for Nano. And yeah, I love Nano. She is definitely up there for Connery for me. But wow. For once, I actually went with the Sundere first. That's a bit of a shock. I mentioned how funny she is in the first season, and thank God we waited for that, because season 2 really gave a lot more moments for Karne.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, she is a Sundere to the team. Even her own name is a reference to a Sundere. That's actually pretty clever. But it actually shows that during her genuine heartwarming moments, she actually does care about the other girlfriends, to the point that even during the baseball episode, when the opposing baseball team was trash-talking on Shizuka,
Oh man.
Nate got pissed.
They went Super Saiyan, man.
Everyone went Super Saiyan, and Karne was the first one to make that big comeback too. Oh, damn. There's a reason why she's like one of the strongest of the girlfriends. There's a reason.
I mean, the first season didn't really set the bar. I don't know what will.
Yeah. But then we actually got to her character arc, which is around the season 2 finale, which I am thankful they adapt that properly, because like it actually shows that Karne, yeah, there were times where she does wish that like she doesn't want to be that aggressive, which eventually got a sweet side Karne, which yeah, that was very cute, but it also shows that like, is this what I really want? Is this what it's like? And it actually shows that like you don't have to be like perfect and sweet all the time. You just got to be true to yourself, and that really sums up Karane.
Mhm.
She's the straight person of the group. She's the one that's always sticking up for others. I'm not kidding. Later on in the manga, when a bunch of bullies were picking on one of the girlfriends, Karane steps up and told off those bullies. This is the kind of girl that you want to have behind your back. Yeah, not much else to add because time limit. And I'd already mentioned her in funny anime characters, but Karane Ina, yeah, definitely one of my new Sunray queens.
Nice, nice,
Okay, man.
nice. Hey, just make sure you. Hey, I'm just gonna tell you guys this once: do not touch me, because bad luck will happen.
Oh,
Oh my
One
God.
of my favorite new waifus, Miss Fuko Izioi from Undead Unluck.
oh, Fuko.
Did not expect to fall for this girl, but here we go. What does she do in the first episode? She finishes her manga. She's happy with it, and she tries to kill herself. Yeah. The reason is because she has an ability, a negator ability called Unluck, where anyone who touches her will have Unluck. Her parents found it the hard way when, when she was young, they died after she hugged them goodbye. Yeah, that would fuck anyone up.
Mhm.
But it was a chance meeting with Andy, who gave her a reason to kind of live, to try to find his perfect death, while also trying to find a way to like fix, kind of cure Fuko. Eventually, they joined the Union, which is basically any anime group with empowered individuals. Let's be real.
Yeah. We'll be
They're
real about
basically
that.
like Empower FBI.
Exactly. And honestly, Fuko, she really did develop a lot. Like, she was a very timid girl who didn't want to hurt people, but then she started to truly understand how her ability worked. And she was able to use it in a lot of clutch moves, like her fight against Gina, against the big unrot or undecay, and then also against Victor, which
I
That didn't
was
go
like,
well.
well, I mean,
it
it
worked
kind of
out.
went well, but she got embarrassed. And then you just see how close she gets with a lot of the characters, like Tatiana with
Juice.
Shen, yeah, Juice. Like, shows she does care. She doesn't want to let anyone die, especially during the zombie arc. You see how she cares about the kids. Like, she wants to help people, and that's noble, you know. Even though some people might think it's unrealistic, she tries to help. Even when she gets stabbed by Unrepair, I was just like, she just cares about trying to finish the mission, and I respect that. Plus, her banter with Andy's pretty funny,
It is.
especially when he.
Oh, yeah.
Andy got to first and second base with her one time.
Yeah, and then I remember like, so that's how much unluck we get from a kiss. Well, next step, we gotta have sex. And then she was just like, fuck, she just ran off. She was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. But then it was during the final arc with Amake Ryu, who basically wrote into Andy's memories. And we see Fuko basically live years in Andy's memories. And jeez, man, that would have fucked up anyone. But Fuko, she kept going strong, and I respect that, you know? She's very caring, and it kind of shows she is falling for Billy. I mean, she doesn't want to admit it, but she is. And yeah, honestly, Unluck is a very unique ability that not a lot of people use, and the way she uses it, I like it. Also, yeah, she's hot. Okay, I won't deny. Even though
No,
she
no, no, no,
herself,
Kevin. She's cute and hot at the same time.
true. Even though she herself's like, I'm not pudgy. I'm like, lady, I'm pudgy. You're not. And I love how Andy makes fun of it sometimes, like when he was
To the
tickling
point
her.
that he pinched her too. It was just like, well, you had that coming, man. You had that coming.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I'm waiting for season 2 of this show because the manga's over. The manga's done. It's completely done, and it's ending. It's pretty good. I actually don't mind it.
Wasn't bad.
But come on, there's a lot of Fuko development people. Come on, don't be lazy. Just saying.
We'll see.
All right.
Alrighty. So my number 3, it's actually my only Kudere I have on my list.
Oh my god! Don't
bullshit.
tell me.
Yeah, because everybody knows I'm a tsundere guy. Like that's the thing. I always go for the tsunderes. Everyone calls me the tsundere king
No,
for
we don't.
so a lot of people do. Okay, but this is definitely one kudere that I fell in love with the very first time I even read about her, and then seeing her animated. Going with good old AI Nano.
Wait a minute. So Nate thought,
Yeah,
oh, okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
a.
Yep.
Me
It
and
just took
Brandon
me.
swap
It, ju-
archetypes.
no. It's also the fact that they're both 100
No,
girlfriends in the same slide or the
yeah,
same
number
version.
Exactly.
threes.
So yeah, like if I'm a very big fan of tsunderes, why would I like Karane? There are times that I do enjoy Karane as a character, but not really much as like a girlfriend style that I was looking for. But then when I see Nano, already for the fact when they first introduced her, I'm just like, okay, where are we going with this? To the point where they get to the science lab project where they had to, they're basically cutting the onion. I'm just like, the manga did it, and so did the goddamn anime. Nano takes his finger and puts it in her mouth. And Rentaro, don't give me info about her tongue, please. I
Too
don't need that
late.
in my head.
Too late.
But then the fact how it goes with that, she goes to her own, she goes back home from school. Is like, why did I do that? And she's just like she's freaking out, and she starts running the whole pi number in her head to get her to forget about it. Doesn't work. She starts blasting all over the wall, and still doesn't work. So the best way to do it, like Rentaro, I feel like we need you to go out. Will you go out with me? And he does the whole spiel of all that. It's like, okay, no, we're not. No, thank you. It's like, done in the first like 25 seconds? Who does that? Because that's the thing. Nano is blunt to a T. Like, this is the archetype for the Kudere fans. She fits that perfectly. Goes the way where people even call her, like, say, like, she's like an AI robot. And that is no joke how she acts. But then when you actually get on their date, and you start realizing her emotion, like you can't put a number on it, you can't figure out in a formula, and Rentaro helps her with that, and that's so nice about that. And the fact that she's like okay with everything else but heights is what gets her. She's scared of heights. Really? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of heights either, but at least I can tolerate it. But seeing that made me bust out laughing in the manga and the anime, the water park scene.
Oh my
Walks up to
god.
Rentaro, takes his hand, and basically says, "Cup of feel." It just literally does that. And the anime, I don't know who decided to put an air horn sound effect in there, but god damn it, that comedic timing was perfect. That was great.
That got me along with Rentaro and Hakui's face.
Oh my god.
They did not saw that coming.
Nobody did. And how the fact, like, even how she actually does give props and emotional support to a lot of the other girlfriends. She does see flaws in everybody, including herself, but she knows how or what to say to give everyone that extra motivational jump. And also, yeah, like especially in season 2, she looks really good with a bob cut. She actually looks pretty damn cute with short hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not change the fact that a lot of her comments just make me bust out laughing all the time. Especially when Rentaro just literally calls her like, "Thank you for a little advice there, Nanopedia." Just okay, yeah, we're pulling. Oh no, we're getting all the references in here. So yeah, 100 Girlfriends was a very, very interesting recommended read by somebody I met at a con one time. But yeah, no, I've been in love with this manga. I've been reading it ever since. I was really excited for the anime to come out. We'll see what season 3 would, or if they announce it, we'll see, because season 2 did end pretty recently, so we're probably not gonna get an announcement yet. but still, we're getting some good choices for 100 Girlfriends, but AI Nano is my top spot. You can't knock her off of that.
Nice. We got the Sunray and the Cootery Queen from 100 Girlfriends. I like that.
Basically. So, we're at number twos.
All right, my second tie, and ironically, their personalities are pretty polar opposites. The only reason I tied them is because not only they're like my best girls from 2022, but ironically, yeah, I met their VAs. Yeah, I had to want to be on this one, Brandon. I'm bringing back Chisato.
Damn it.
Well, damn. Okay.
But who could I tie Chisato with? Well, I did mention 2022, and yeah, I can't beat around the bush. Lucy for Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Okay.
Yeah, two females that I didn't expect to like in 2022, but somehow they ended up being one of my queens. I'll be real quick with Chisato, because, yeah, bubbly, airheaded, definitely a lot of fun moments, definitely a lot of badass moments, too. And a lot of good emotional moments, but like Brandon mentioned, the special episodes that they brought in. First, the gun scene when they confronted that robber, and then her comment to Takina's parfait, the peach parfait.
Literally another embarrassing food there, Takina. How do you
Like,
come up with that?
First, you came up with shit, and now you came up with a bite. My gosh.
Is she an ass girl then?
I guess so. Yeah, Chisato, very funny, very witty, and all that. Let's move on to Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. First time meeting her, you don't know who this girl is. The most that we usually see her from like episode 1 is just like the silhouette of her rainbow hair. That's all we see her for. But then episode 2 came around where she was like pickpocketing from different people. David catches her. So what was the solution? She pins him down, acts all seductive with him, and offers to team up with him because she realizes that his gear makes him go super fast. It was like, you could be a good asset. And that episode did not hesitate for how flirtatious she can be. Like, she's very witty, she's very playful. Crazy sometimes. That ambulance scene really proves it. But hey, I was just like David during that time. That was like the moment I actually felt for Lucy.
I'm sure everybody did at that moment.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, she definitely loses that craziness, because I do believe that craziness went to Rebecca when she was introduced.
Yeah, just Rebecca was just like that.
Yeah, true. But when we got to Lucy's backstory, oh, Jesus. Being raised to be a hacker against her will, that is very traumatizing. And when she dug up information that she wasn't supposed to look up, which cost the life of her leader, yeah, she had a good reason for not going back into action during the second half of the series. Anyone would be put off guard after the whole thing like that.
All except David, somehow.
Yeah, somehow she was able to get laid with David. I guess that moon date that they did during the holograph, that was a pretty good one.
Yes.
Until you realize
it swole.
Yep. That is until you realize David started to go through psychosis and the finale happened. God damn. Life is cruel in Night City, and Lucy really went through a lot.
It's Night City, dude. Night City is just sucks.
There's just no happy ending.
Especially when you play as V, every ending, there's barely any joy.
Yeah, I felt bad for Lucy. Like, she honestly deserves happiness. And then Night City is like, screw that. We're going to make your life a living hell.
Well, maybe she'll find happiness in Guilty Gear and Weathering Waves.
Probably. Because, yeah, she is coming to Guilty Gear. And who knows if she's actually going to be playable in that one or not. But hey, if I get to hear Emmy Lowe play this character again, I would love that. Because yeah, I did meet Emmy Lowe, very fun non-binary voice actor. Yeah, that's my number two. Lucy and Chitito, both my girls from 2022.
Okay.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. All right. I can finally talk about this. Your head better not fucking come off again.
Oh,
Please. No. Yes. I finally have
oh,
to talk about her.
All
My
righty.
girl from Quintessential Quintuplets, Miku Nakano. And thank
Ah.
God I remember I super glued her head back, so don't worry.
oh, that's good.
Anyways, Quintessential Quintuplets. What the fuck was this show? No, in all seriousness, it was a very wholesome, romantic show, and Miku, honestly, is just one of my favorites. I mean, she was the first sister that Futuro kind of got close to. She's the one that kind of opened up to him, started to like him. And there are little moments here and there were cool, like during the festival when she got hurt and he was carrying her, though he was like, "Oh, you're too heavy." I'm just like, what the fuck? Don't tell her that, man. Don't say that.
That's like the one rule you should never do to a girl.
And then there's the snow trip where they had that little talk at the igloo and she stood up with her head. And then there was also, of course, their official date, which was so wholesome. Miku is a kudere, but goddamn, she's done right. Like she did like all the development she gets. Like she does try to develop as a person. She does try to improve her cooking because her cooking was kind of shit. Although for some reason, Futuro was okay with her omelet over rice, even though it looked bad. Let's be real, it looked pretty bad.
It looked like there was a war happening in the kitchen.
That's true.
Mhm.
But also, it shows like she also cares about her sisters, how much she wants to protect them. Although when she gets jealous, it gets funny. Like when she saw the girls talking to Futuro, and then her Itsuki was like trying to tell her, well, maybe he's just very popular. And then she just turns like, bitch, what?
I was like, oh,
Holy shit, Angie, like, god damn, I'm so glad I met her. I got an autograph for Miku, but
Same.
just sucks. She didn't fucking win. I don't know why you don't want her to win, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but Miku, great development, great character. Yeah, she's hot too. Okay, I'm sorry, but when she took off her socks at that moment, I was like, oh dear, now I get the fetish.
no. The one that got me open my eyes was like during the movie, during like her route. What she did to Futuro, pinning him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The other girls were more like subtle, a little like calm. No, Miku was like, I'm ready.
I was like,
would you call Nino subtle, like doing it in front of like behind her dad's back?
like,
well,
I
okay, yeah, but
expect that move from Nino or Ichika. No, Miku was the one that did that.
oh yeah, that was so funny. Just,
Oh man, we were dying of laughter in the movie theater.
I was the only one in the theater when I saw that. I was like, they got him alone.
Because Kevin and I were sitting next to each other when that scene popped up. We looked at each other, I was like,
wow.
okay.
Why can't that be me? Anyways, but yeah, Miku, just great development. Don't know where we're getting the Hawaii arc, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, it's more Miku. I'm not happy. That's my number two.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Number two for me is I gotta talk about this girl, Summer, because she's been on my mind ever since I read the manga, especially when we got the anime last year. Because let's time to submit.
Oh dear. Oh,
Kyoka Uzun from Chain Soldier.
Damn,
I kind of knew. I knew.
damn, I thought she was going to be number one for you. Holy
She could be
crap.
number one, but there you'll see my number one. You'll see why.
All right.
So, Kyoka, the leader of the 7th platoon. First time you meet her, she's like this badass soldier girl fighting on top of a basically a chained up monster, just cutting through all the other monsters in front of Yuki because he wandered into the into the abyss by accident. Bravo, man. But then the fact when her previous slave, I'm just not gonna be around the bush about that, dies, and they're coming towards them. She puts up a barrier and tells Yuki, "You're gonna die if you don't fight with me. So either suck it up and be my slave right now, or you just go, I'll leave you here to die, and we both die. His choice was made right then and there when she stuck out her hand and he licked her finger, turning him into basically the white wolf demon that she has. And you see, like, okay, yeah, no, okay, it's a really nice transformation. It only works when they're a pair. Okay, cool. Until the aftermath happens, where she literally sticks a candy in her mouth and just Frenches him. Just, wow, going so far, whoa.
She's a bold one.
And then she goes in the whole, like Yuki was like, even like me, like when I looked at him, I was like, and then she gives the whole reason behind her ability, the drawback to it. How she looks so furious that she had to do this when Yuki saw her under the hat. I was just like, I'm really hoping she's not that pissed, but I'm pretty sure she is.
Oh yeah, no, it was clear she was mad.
Yeah. How the fact that previous ones just gave like a meat for a reward. Nope. We got ourselves some fan service here, boys. Like, massive fan service. And this is the thing, though. The anime censored some of the other parts that the manga didn't. That goes to show you. But when you also realize about Kyoka's backstory, again, like a lot of other ones that have a tragic backstory, hers is pretty ouch. Literally, her entire village is killed by this demon in this realm that gives them all their powers. And she vows to hunt this one, but she keeps coming into contact and she tenses up, like she freezes. And you're the leader of your platoon, and when you do this, some of your comrades get hurt, which happened quite a bit when she was on the force. But her end goal is to become the supreme commander of the defense force. I can buy that. I really do. Even though, because yeah, the supreme commander. No, nope. No.
I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole.
Me neither. Especially how, yeah, Yuki and her did have a bonding session when she actually took Kyoka's ability by force to like test it out with Yuki, and he got another new form, which is honestly probably one of the coolest ones I've seen. But yeah, oh boy, that was almost really awkward. That was really awkward for me.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, though, Kyoka's ability to basically inspire all of her squadmates, inspiring both Yuki to become better at what he is, inspiring Himari to be not tied down by her past, some of the other characters, and even having a nice kind of friendly battle with Tenka, who is also like, yeah, Tenka is the second best girl to me. I love Tenka. She's awesome. But we'll see how everything goes. Chain Soldier did come out recent, but I read the manga beforehand, so I knew what I was going to get into. And yeah, we're waiting for season 2 to come out next year, which changed hands from studios. Now we got Studio Passion, who did the first 3 seasons of DxD, so that's going to be interesting.
Irony.
Yeah. So, regardless of the fact, though, I have to talk about one of my favorite swords girl, Kyoka, here in the top, around the top spot.
Nice.
Alrighty. We still have some honorable mentions for you people. Let's see what you think.
Oh boy. All right, let me get the list.
Umi Sonoda, Love Line School Idol Project.
Sylvia Landharm, The Asterisk War.
Ana Yamada, Dangers in My Heart.
Shokukomi, Komi Can Communicate.
Emma Brightness, The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter.
Greya, Mysteria Friends.
Tanasha, Unnamed Memory.
Nino Nakano, The Quintessential Quintuplets.
Akari Watanabe, More Than a Married Couple.
Colette War, Wistoria.
Blue Rose, Tiger and Bunny.
Rebecca Bradley, Ice Blade Sorcerer.
Izuru Minakata, Summertime Render.
Mayumi Saigusa, the regular at Magic High School.
Ayumi Sagusa, regular at Magic High School. Riho Tsukushima, Cafe Terrace Ants Goddesses.
Yukino Shida, Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Marlia Noel, Fairy Gone.
Marlia Noel, Very Gone.
Shampoo, Rama 1/2 2024.
Itsuki Nakano, Quintessential Quintuplets.
Chao Ling, Link Click.
Chao Ling, Link Click.
Tenka Izumo, Chain Soldier.
Alpha, Eminence and Shadows. Our Chainsaw Man.
Lum, Urusei Yatsura. Citri Smart, Let This Grieving Soul Retire.
Eyes Wallenstein, Danmachi.
Mao, Classroom for Heroes. Minami Nanami, Volunteer Character Tomozaki-kun. Essel, Solo Leveling.
Nice.
You know, she appeared like, what, 2 episodes?
Alrighty, here we go. What is number 1 this time around?
Well, being that this is like my last tie, because both of these females, main female leads, from light novels. And ironically, I started them around the same time as well. The first one, I gotta represent Tokugatsugami somehow.
Yeah, I had a feeling that one.
Yeah, and who do I tie Toku with this one? Most people realize I didn't have an Erica Mendez character on there. Well, I got an answer for that.
My!
Yep, my Sakurajima from Rascal.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, both light novel females that, wow, they had some tragedy that hit them way later on. I'll say that much. I'll start off with Toka. I did hear about Data Live during my high school time, but I never really got into it until like around 2022. Getting into it the first time, yeah, there were a lot of females that I could have gone with. So why did I went with Toka when I could have went with someone like either Kurumi, Miku, or even like the twins? Don't get me wrong, the other ones I listed, they're good. I just fell in love with Toka first. Because the moments that I saw with her, yeah, it's just a spirit that just wants to know what life is all about. It's just that every time she shows up, everyone keeps shooting her down just because she's a spirit. That is pretty messed up when you look at it. But when she actually starts to bond with Shido, she develops an airheaded side that is honestly very endearing and adorable. Literally stuffing her face and wanting head pats. Like, if I had to describe her as like an animal, she's more akin to a dog.
Probably.
Yeah, but it's not just like her airheaded moments that actually made me love her a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of funny moments, especially that photo booth I mentioned during funny anime characters. But it's mostly the genuine and heartwarming moments too that really got me invested into the character. When she got jealous the first time, she didn't know what to do, but once she realized that, oh, Shido had to do this just to prevent the world from getting destroyed, she decided to put her jealousy aside and actually support Shido in that endeavor. And even after Kurumi tried to kill Shido at one point, Toka still believes that there's still good in Kurumi. That's actually very sweet. Then we got season 2 where we actually saw her inverse form for the first time, and yeah. That is very crazy, and I was surprised it actually came back in season 4 where we actually saw that date going on.
Wow, just Mukuro.
Wow, that was just weird, but then again, we actually get to see Tenka be like a bit Dobby Moggy, and I was like, okay, I'll take it. You know I'm not wrong. And then we got to season 5, where we actually get to see Toka and Tenka talking it out, and both of them actually fusing to stop the big bad. That was actually very nice. And then I actually found out that the anime didn't fully adapt everything, and I actually looked ahead of the light novel.
Yeah, it's not a happy ending.
Oh, you could tell I got heartbroken, especially around that ending part. I was happy, but I was also like, damn, that was really emotional. I gotta give props to like Marina for the Japanese voice actors. That was perfect. Michelle Rojas, that was honestly my favorite role from her. Definitely the one that really put her on the map. But enough about Toka. Let's go into My Sakurajima. I actually didn't get into this one through the anime. I actually got into it thanks to the light novel I got when I went to Fan Expo the first time. I started reading it. Okay, very good read. And then I actually started watching the anime. Wow. Right off the bat, Mai's already a tragic character because most people think, oh, why is she wearing a bunny girl suit in the area? Well, it's pretty simple. Nobody can see her. Or worse yet, people think that she doesn't exist because of puberty syndrome. For those of you who don't know, puberty syndrome is basically psychological trauma. And the reason for Mai wanted to not be seen... It ain't pretty. You can tell I got really mad at her mother. It wasn't until she met Sakata, she was a little hesitant at first, but over time she actually grown to accept it. And yeah, she may be like a bit of a tsundere at times, but it was pretty more mild, and she actually admits her own feelings to Sakata. Even during like episode 3, after that confession when she came back, after she slaps him, she decided to flip it around and confess to the entire school, not only clearing Sakata's name, but also admitting that there were a couple. I was like, wow. That is a bold and witty girl. I can appreciate that. And yeah, there were times she did get a bit sidelined, but when she actually came back for like more story relevance, you can tell that she's actually very supported too. Like, she knows that like Sakata is like going around helping out all these other females that have puberty syndrome. And she's there to help him out when he needs it or when he's lost. And it is very, very evident when the movies kicked in. Dreaming Girl. Oh.
Yep.
I legit got scared and I legit cried during that scene. Oh. And yeah, Nap, Venturing Sister, she may have a minimal role, but Nap's that kid, that's when she actually grew more supportive of Sakata. He was down, but she was the one that brought him up. And I was like, damn. It's just like what I said about Zhu Yuan. She's definitely one of the good contenders of being a good girlfriend IRL. And yeah, this is easily like one of my favorite roles from Erica Mendez, because I didn't think she was going to play Mai, but I was proven wrong. I was just amazed by it. Yeah, Toka Yatagami, Mai Sakurajima, both of my favorite females from light novels, and I would say that they do share the title of Anime Queen with my previous #1 entry, Homura. Good job, Toka and Mai. You really earned it.
All right. Not bad.
Okay.
Well, this isn't necessarily a mental link, Nate, but yeah.
Oh, Curry!
Not necessarily. That's not a mental link, but it's the next best thing.
That makes sense, because he did put in Toka last time.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's too long. But Kurumi Tokisaki, one of the most tragic characters in Data Live. Let's be real. She's like... We have a lot of really tragic characters in the show. But her story, being a normal girl, just wanting to live a normal life, then meeting someone, a being who could give her the powers of a magical girl. Or kind of spirit. She did it. She thought she was hunting monsters. Turns out, they're not monsters. They're people. Yeah, so I honestly don't blame Kirby for wanting to kill the original spirit. Yeah, in season 1, she was kind of an antagonist. She was trying to kill Shido. She was trying to kill a lot of people. But season 2, you kind of see the layers. She's not bad. a little crazy, yeah, but she's not a bad person. You know, she tries to help him. Then season 3, oh man, season 3 when you start learning more about Kurumi, and then season 4,
Season 4 was her season.
yeah, and then season 5 too. Like when she started to help more, like it felt in a way kind of like Vegeta from Dragon Ball. If you think about it, like
Yeah,
she's
in a
always
way.
gonna help, like whenever she comes out. Her design though is really cool. I really like her design, especially the clock eye with Zafkiel. Like her ability's broken. Like to be able to stop time, rewind time, just move forward in time using shadow clones. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Shit.
anyone with time powers, expect them to be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also her dynamic with some of the characters, especially Shido. Oh my god, when he started getting the Riz, Jesus. Yeah, I love how even Kirby's shadows were like, come on, you know you liked it. I'm like, what the fuck?
For once, she's getting flustered.
Yeah, but then season 5, oh my god, when the past Kirby was killed, I was like, jeez, like this doesn't feel like the other Kirby's. The other Kirby's were slaughtered and our Kirby didn't care. No, this original Kirby, the OG, damn, like it was hard. Like, and then like to be willingly give Shido her power, the power she stored up, just so he could beat Mio. I was like, damn, that's like the equivalent of Vegeta giving Goku his energy for the Spirit Bomb. Like, god damn, that's really emotional. And of course, Alexis Tipton, she just nailed the role. Especially even the Japanese voice actor just mixed that sweetness with the hint of crazy, a lot of badassery. So glad Kurumi's here. I'm glad there's things that we might do in the future regarding her. But yeah, just Kurumi's just great. She's like waifu material. I know people are gonna be turned off by her, but you know what? There are worse options. Origami. Sorry, I had a really bad cough right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. My tie, number 1.
Oh, hey.
Oh my god! I fucking knew it. Fucking
Aye.
wait, you've never talked about it in the past 3, right? Are you sure you knew?
I talked about Miku one time.
Okay. We're good.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just
Wait,
wanted to
who's
make
tied
sure.
with Kurumi?
Probably the one that made me as cried hard as much as I did with Kurumi's backstory.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
A really good magical witch,
Wait, what the fuck?
Tinasha from Unnamed.
damn.
Wow,
Man, we're
okay.
bringing the tragedy in number ones.
Oh yeah, I mean, going into Kurumi Tokisaki first and foremost, because let's be real, when you give the yandere of the show the best development, that says something. Not only for that fact, the amount of development she had from the series, especially Data Bullet, her own movie.
Oh,
The fact that this was following not the main Kurumi, but a copy that if you read between the lines, this is the same copy that was killed off when Shido was asking her to take his hand in season 1, and also was killed again in the OVA of season 2. So this is the same one that was the first introduction to Kurumi, that we've been following this out. And the fact how the Data Bullet movie goes around, flushes out a lot different like spotlights of her development of her own character, especially giving light to the White Queen, a different version of her. That is insane, first of all. And how she believes that one day I can see Shido again. Then we get to the fact that we just mentioned, it is the original Kurumi. Throughout that, when she first had the bandage over her eye, and she dies in season 5. Wow. Already pulling at my heartstrings, but then when I saw Mio bursting out through Kurumi, I'm just like, is she dead? Is Kurumi gone?
God
Luckily,
damn,
I was
Leo.
forged wrong, and she came back stronger than ever with the Raziel form. And I'll be honest, I love her original design. I do. I love the orange and black gothic Lolita type of like style they were going for. But the razzia look for her, the mixture of red and purples and whites, I'm just like, this really fits Kurumi. It does. Plus, let's be real, she is probably the most entertaining part of the show. Just the fact of the amount of teasing she does, especially the fact the one that made me bust out laughing so much was in the OVA when she literally gave Yoshinon psychological trauma. Like, Kurumi! TMI! It's
Poor
not even
Yoshino.
It's not even real.
Traumatized.
Oh my god, that was just and the also the fact I think in season 4 when Shido and Kurumi were having that like contest to like see who can like make them break. I was getting like Kaguya-sama flashbacks on that one. To the fact where they get to the cat alley. Shido took there on purpose because that's the name of Kurumi. She loves cats. She's an animal lover, and I like that. How the fact she got her berry was breaking. She turned it around and treated Shido like a cat. I was like, oh,
And she almost broke too when they were having that lunch battle.
no kidding. And then season 5 was a nice like, yes, it did cut out a lot of stuff. It did cut out a lot of stuff from the light novels and the manga, but what they gave us, I could live with it for a
I'm
bit.
fine with it too.
But regardless of the fact, though, Kurumi knocked off one of my original #1 queens of the show because of the amount of development they gave her. And I love that. So let's go into the one that made me emotional with Tanasha from Unnamed Memory. Knew nothing about the show. Had no idea what it was. Then I was watching the trailer and then I looked at Tanasha and especially some of the clips they did for Tanasha. Wow, okay. Just like Kurumi, her backstory is wow. Literally being betrothed to a someone you supposed to share this power with ends up betraying you, and you are eventually cursed to live out throughout eternity. That will send anybody into a fit of craziness. But Tanasha doesn't do that. She actually lives in the tower to actually give challenges to people who want their wishes granted. And when Oscar finds her, the fact that he can't have kids as a curse and the bloodline will end, he goes to her for advice and maybe they can break this curse. What's the thing that he believes? No, the best way to get the curse, how about you and I marry and we do it? Oh, wow, dude. Okay, not even beating around the bush like that, are you?
I swear, he and Sakata, like, they know how to sue the women.
No kidding. And especially when you see Tanasha in the one scene when she uses up a lot of her power and her hair grew, the fact that they see her naked in the bed in the moonlight, I was speechless. I was legit speechless by that shot. But then we start seeing her development with Oscar and like how the fact like there's a spell like we could do this, but it'll erase your memories of me. And I don't want you to. I don't want you to not remember me for me. And season 2 just drove that nail home. The fact that how much like no matter how many times they could probably run back this circuit, Oscar's memory will never fade of Tanasha. And when it ended on season 2, if they do another season, okay, but season 2 ended in like this is one of those like again, it's one of those perfect endings for an anime. And I'm reading the manga and there's been some stuff that I wish were animated, but I'm okay for what it was. Plus, when you see Tanasha in cat form, she doesn't like getting wet. That is hilarious.
I mean, cats hate water, so I can't be surprised by that.
Still, but it's just the way
weird,
she
though.
it's the way it's still funny how she's just on Oscar's shoulder, like, no, I don't like that. Like, okay. So yeah, these two have so much development and character about them that they're the reason why I look at certain waifus under a different lens. Kurumi Tokisaki and Tanasha are my legitimate queens of anime.
Well, we got it
There
done.
we have it. Anime waifus 4. We did it.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm proud of my list. I'm pretty proud of my
Yeah,
list this time around.
I'm
Yeah,
legit proud of my list as well.
yeah, I'd give my list like a 8.5 out of 10.
So, will there be another one? I don't know. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see. Anime is like we were getting a lot of animes, and we're probably going to wait a little bit to really think about that. So maybe we'll do it
Yeah.
again. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. But we'll be back the week after for another ranking without knowing video. That is going to be a nice surprise for everybody because
oh,
if you remember the openings one we did a few months ago,
Oh God.
probably remember which one we're going to do next for that.
Yep.
So we'll see how hell that will be. Be sure to like and comment on what you guys think and who could be your anime waifus this time around. Let us know. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a good night.